Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena we are checking in on the Burning Wizards deck. So, the Wizards deck is a deck that got a tiny upgrade, but an important upgrade from M20, and that is Lightning Stormkin. This 2/2 Flying Haste Elemental Wizard can put a good clock on the opponent. This deck functions very much like an aggro burn deck, except that the creatures have evasion. Stormtamer, Stormkin, and Adeliz all fly over the top, as well as God Eternal Kefnet, which means if the opponent doesn't kill them, they often get in for damage over and over, making the clock very short. They're backed up by the array of burn spells you would see in Mono Red: Wizard's Lightning, Lightning Strike, and Shock. There's also Dreadhorde Arcanist, which is a great little value machine, letting you recast one-cost instant or sorceries, like Opt, Unsummon, the one of Reckless Rage, and 4 Shocks. But when Adeliz the Cinderwind pumps the Dreadhorde Arcanist, because it is a zombie wizard, then it can cast more expensive spells like Lightning Strike, Wizard's Lightning, and Chart a Course. The deck has a lot of firepower and actually has been very good for me against Scapeshift, which is one of the reasons you may want to consider playing it right now. God Eternal Kefnet is one of the slower cards in the deck, and very often I end up discarding it to Chart a Course in cases where it's bad against removal and too slow. So don't be afraid to do that, but if you're in a grind, if you're against mono red, if you're against another creature deck of some kind, this coming down and getting you bonus triggers and copies of spells is a way to take over the game. So this is for those grindy matchups. A card I'm still not sure about is Siren Stormtamer. A few other cards I like to run are Augur of Bolas, which is often 2 mana 1/3, pick another burn spell and put it in your hand, which can be extremely nice. But I like that Siren Stormtamer goes with Chart a Course. Another card I'm not running is Gitu Lava Runner. This does not have evasion and therefore doesn't get in over the top. The only card without evasion I'm running is the Dreadhorde Arcanist, and that's because the 2-for-1 ability of the card is pretty much amazing. Whereas Gitu Lava Runner often will come down on turn 1, be brickwalled very early, and not do much attacking throughout the game. Pyromancer kind of fits that same bill. I've tried all of these cards. I tried a super burn heavy version of this deck, running all of these different wizards in this last spot. I've sided on the Stormtamer for now. Stormtamer just, little buddy, just kind of gets there. 20 land, with a nice even split. We want to be able to play turn 1 Stormtamer, we want to play turn 2 Stormkin, so we need our mana to cooperate as well as possible. And the Chart a Course is an ops list, cheat on land a little bit. Alright, let's go play some ranked, see how the Wizards hold up today. Can they get us a rank up? Scary hand, no red source, but Opt to try to get us there and Chart a Course to try to get us there means I'm going to give it a shot. And we're on the draw, we might just rip off the top. We're going to open on the Stormtamer. We could move right into Chart a Course for 2, which hopefully can fix our mana problems. Our opponent opened on a Breeding Pool, Sultai, Legion's End. I'm pretty floored. Okay. Let's go digging for a red source with the Opt. The Chart a Course still might draw us 2 later, which could matter. Another Stormtamer. I'll take it. Just snap off the turn 2 Legion's End. It does make me nervous the opponent has another Legion's End. Otherwise, would you really snap it off on a Stormtamer that quickly? I guess the Stormtamer can counter a future Legion's End and such. But I would at least wait 1 turn. Alright, the opponent... They at least thought they were against mono blue for a minute there. There's a red source. I think Unsummon has to be the weakest card in the hand, so we'll drop you off. And we'll have our Shock available if the opponent decides to play a creature. So far, they're a Sultai control list. And they're stuck on 2 lands. There's a Leafkin Druid, plays around the Shock. Here's a Dreadhorde Arcanist off the top. Let's open on... So we are super constrained on red mana now that we drew our 3rd island. We only get 1 red spell per turn. We gotta make it count. We could strike away this Leafkin and leave our opponent stuck on mana, but I feel like we need to get a clock going. And I think the best clock is Adelies, the Cinderwind. Although you really want to play this when you can also use her ability and pump her. So let's get the Lightning Stormkin going. I think we'll always have enough mana over here because of how many lands we've drawn. When we draw our next red, we can play Adelies and a Lightning Strike to get extra damage through. 2 Leafkin Druids and a Llanowar Elf. This is some kind of a ramp deck that didn't get to ramp. Alright, and now the mana's flowing. Let's see how much damage we can do. Here's Adelies. Here's the Opt. Pump the squad. Ooh. Is that what we want here? I mean, sort of. It's a great follow-up to a sweeper, but the opponent's not going to play a sweeper. They have elves on the battlefield. They're going to play a Nissa. We need to get the game over with. And this continues to, like, constrain our red mana. We need to dig for another mountain. And we got one. Now we shock your face. Now we slam for 8. And now the opponent basically has to answer this board or they die. So what have you got? After going Legions and Cast Down, Manadork, Manadork, Manadork. What does this deck do? Either of the Glade, that is not what we wanted to see. Now those make big mana. What do they do with it? Cavalier of Thorns, perhaps? Hydroid Krasis, must be, right? Must be. Absolute Heartbreaker. Absolute Heartbreaker that turn. Alright. Well, now we have to rally and figure out how to get out of this. If we shoot this down twice, we deal the opponent 8 and leave them at 5. The opponent showed that they have ways to gain life. The other option is to play the Arcanist and go for it all next turn, but the opponent has also showed that they have a number of removal spells, and they might just kill this. But maybe we'll get lucky and the opponent will swing with the Krasis. Let's go for a huge play next turn and hope to dodge 1 turn of action from the opponent. Legion's End on the Stormkin hurts. What else? Is it another Krasis? Cameo. Okay. Does that get back another Legion's End? Or does the opponent get greedy and plus? They're targeting. Yep, they're going for the other Legion's End to get rid of the Arcanist. That's what they should do. 100%. Do they get greedy and attack with Krasis? Surely they recognize how much damage this is. Okay. Alright, I think we just have to go for it. Which, by that means we have to kill the Krasis, pump the Adelies, slam in, draw a burn spell or hasty critter off the top, and win this way. Taking out the Tameo I don't think does the job. Make the opponent gain life or find another blocker. Naming Hydroid Krasis, I guarantee it. Unless they already have one. Weird deck. I dig it a bit. It's some kind of Sultai control. But weird is definitely the term. Okay, the hand is empty. We need a big draw. This is 5-6 damage that we have, so one more bolt will do it. Alright, now we have to... Ugh. This sucks. The Yarok's going to gain some life. We can power through that, but we do have to take out the... Or we have to tick down the Tameo so it doesn't get back the Hydroid Krasis.
Stop interrupting me.
I got to, Tameo. I don't have a choice. Miss. Okay, we're still in it. Maybe. What is this card? God, the manual taps are heartbreaking. Cloud Conceer, draw 2. Oof. Alright, the elementals. The Sultai elementals. So mean. Another land. Another Seer? God. Make it stop. Too many cards. Too many cards. And 3 life from the Yarok, because I'm not going to block it with the Kefnet. No blocks. We need a big draw. We, of course, only get to see 1 card a turn. Our opponent gets to see 8 so far. And there's a shock off the top. Reveal. Right there, please. Too bad that you're not a wizard. Alright, I've got to keep the opponent from hitting this Hydroid Krasis. So, we're going to take the Tameo out now and keep the opponent on top deck mode. Down to 8. The opponent's gone like 10 cards, 12 cards deep for a Krasis. You gotta believe there's one close enough now. And just need you to flood. Just draw bad cards. It's fine. This is fine. Ouch. I can't do it right. Nothing I do is right. Another Adelies won't do. Alright, good game, opponent. We'll pack this one in. I think I should have killed the first Krasis the very first turn it was played rather than play the Arcanist and pass. If I could have it back, I would try that line instead. Arcanist City. I know, I keep bad hands. It's what I do. You can't resist. One of my great flaws is I have to keep the hands that are like 3 and 4s of things, just because I find them funny. We really want to draw an Opt, a Shock, a Reckless Rage, anything to make these good. Right now, they're just 2 mana 1/3s. Although, can be good if we're against red. Land off the top, worst possible draw. Hopefully it cuts that out pretty soon. Oh my god, let's go. You're not gonna shock it. Maybe you have to read all this, I don't know. But what a silly thing to waste your timer on. Your turn. And immediate lightning strike. I like that. I like that the opponent feels the need to blow through those. Let's keep it coming. So we can put them either on the kind of red mage who uses full control all the time, or they have a shock in their hand. Let's keep that in mind. So, would you like to play your magic cards? Boom. Runaway Steamkin. Okay. Well, I don't have anything right now to use with the the Arcanist. I think I'm going to Lightning Strike this Steamkin. I could chart a course pre-combat to try to hit something to discard and play. That's a little greedy to me. So go on, Arcanist. Get you some. Arcanist not doing the work right now, but we'll get there. Okay, there's a Reckless Rage. So I could use my Lightning Strike and save my Reckless Rage to go with my Adelies for like some pumps. I think I like that a lot better. I could also play another Arcanist. The opponent may not be able to kill it based on their last turn. They would have killed this one if they could have. If they can't kill this one, they would need to play 3 spells to attack with their Steamkin. The worst thing they could do to me is play Viashino Pyromancer and Wizard's Lightning, probably. Let's go for this. It's kind of aggressive, but I'm sensing an awkward hand from the opponent by the missed land drop and the fact that they couldn't kill the second Arcanist. No blocks because they have the shock. If they have a light up the stage, that's okay. They spend their turn getting mana, or using mana to get cards, and then next turn we light them like really on fire. Like we smash them up good. Here's the light up the stage. Mountain, mountain. They needed those mountains. Passing turn. Ooh, crafty. All right, we'll do this. Now, do we do the Reckless Rage? Take out the... Nah, we'll do the Opt. So this will get shocked, but we're going to pump the Adelies is going to pump the Arcanists, which are going to bring back these other spells. You're decent against red. Okay. Why not? Slam. Let's chart this course. Let's opt this. Yep. Just take all the removal here. The opponent's going to get one big turn. Let's see if they make the most of it. I wish it had been a red source, but oh well. I was really hoping to hit a mountain along that road to also Reckless Rage this Runaway Steamkin. Alright, 3 mana for a Wizard's Lightning. They never found a wizard to go with it. That's the price of the card sometimes. Can they take out the other Arcanist? They go to 4 mana. Yep, down goes the other Arcanist. So now, we saw the shock, right? We saw the shock, so this shock might be able to kill this here Steamkin. Let's see if this sticks. No stick. That means that this shock is easy mode. And we'll pass it on over and try to let God Eternal Kefnet take over the game. Chandra. Our opponent already played a land, didn't they? It's kind of an oops. Pyromancer. So I think it's a good time to start heading upstairs. We gotta get this game over with. Okay, hit. Oh, I don't want to reveal that. Oh, the worst instant I could have drawn. All right, decline. Fine, we won't do it. It was gonna be so fun to make copies of spells with Kefnet. Let's draw 2. There's a Storm Tamer. And we'll end the turn looking at a lot of burn spells. We've got the opponent really close to the dead. Can we finish the job? Here's a Chain Whirler. That's obnoxious. We could save our Storm Tamer, I guess. Do we care? We'll let it go. Sometimes you gotta let it go.
Sit back and watch it burn.
You got a Pyromancer. Would you like to play it? Okay, you would. Cool. So, did you play a land? No, not yet. There could still be one more effect this turn. Alright. Full price lightning up top. Draw the Stormkin. We'll reveal it for the lulls. We'll strike the face. And finish the job. Game over, Red Mage. Game over. Mountains, Arcanists, no blue source going first. Let's give it a try. We've got a lot of playables here, and we'll see if being stuck on blue comes back to bite us, but we have a lot of blue sources. Hopefully we'll get there. And we have a lot of red cards in hand. Early removal and Dreadhorde Arcanist, which is a lot of what you want. Our opponent wants to be friendly. Hi. How you doing? You want to play your cards? Are you running to get mom? Tell him you're playing CGB on the YouTubes. It's not that big a deal. Just don't worry about it. Only a few thousand people might see this. Alright, Dreadhorde Arcanist. Let's go. With the blue source off the top, so we have something to do with this thing if it gets to attack. Esper. Easily the worst matchup the Wizards deck has. Easily. The problem against Esper, they kill all our stuff. We're a pretty low creature count deck without a ton of interaction. So, yeah. Also, Teferi. Teferi's a good card. It's a real pain. If I sideboarded, I would negate and spell pierce this deck into oblivion, but it's not a sideboard deck. So it's really tempting to get this Charter Course cast, but I could also double opt here. Maybe I'll find another blue source anyway using the opt. Alright, well that'll do. But now what we need to find are more threats. We can focus on threats. Burn spells ain't bad either, although, what is the card? Oath of Kaya's pretty damaging. Yeah, we're gonna dig for creatures. If we run out of creatures because our Arcanist dies, it's just game. I don't know. This is not looking good. Don't kill it. Don't you... Okay, awesome. 6 lands, well, 2 Kritars. Game over, right there. It's just game. Yeah. Okay, somebody wants to play. Let's give him a shot. Let's give God Eternal Kefnet a crack at this. These are the games where this card can just suddenly do a lot of work if the opponent has the wrong answers, and it's Teferi. Teferi's so obnoxious. That's okay, we can cast this again. Our opponent can't thought erase us this turn. And if you are the opponent in that situation, you should consider waiting till you have a thought erasure to run that Teferi game, to get rid of God Eternal Kefnet permanently. I don't know the opponent's hand. Their hand, this might be the best line for what they have. But just something to think about. If you can try to set up Time Raveler with a Thought Erasure, you're in a good spot. So our opponent has another one. Just draw land. Draw endless frickin' land, you scum. Alright. Just keep getting 2 for 1. Just right out of the game. Another elite guard mage, sure. What'd you find? Do I get to untap with a Kefnet now? Are we done with this nonsense? Maybe? Oath of Kaya going to the dome? That just feels impatient. You could wait till you could team it up with something else. Decline. Alright. Let's play you. You're good protection. If the opponent isn't using Wraths because they might be on Esper Hero, it's a pretty good position to be in. Get in there. Draw me some more cards because we need them. Oh my lordy. I'm getting the treatment today. Getting the treatment from the deck. Will we ever... Just let me copy something cool with God Eternal Kefnet. Come on. Come on. I bolt you. Now see if the opponent still had one of those Time Ravelers. They kept on top. Boo. Citadel? Gross. One of those time ravelers, what do you know? I can counter that ability though. I don't know if the opponent thought about that. No, I can't because it didn't target my permanent. Smart move. Smart move. That I can counter. No 3 life for you. Ugh. Worst day ever. Alright. I mean, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna lose to the Citadel, right? Deck usually doesn't have a lot of flood problems thanks to Chart a Course, Opt, a low land count, but when they surface, and especially if they surface against a deck like Esper, it's pretty sad. Nope. Better. Deck's been running terrible today, not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to you. What am I in? My 5th game? Nope. Deck has been a steaming pile today, but it was a really good deck for the last 3 or 4 days I've been playing it. It got me back from when the Golgari deck put me all the way back in Plat 4. So, I mean, I had started to believe in the deck, but man, am I having a bad day. So, let's see if we can power through. It looks like we're up against that Flash deck. Who else would do that on turn 1? I'll take more Ops. When you have a Dreadhorde Arcanist, it's a good card. No Pirate. And no... So what is that, Spell Pierce? Is that why you play that untapped on 1? Or is that just a bluff? Seems weird. Let's attack for our free Opt, shall we? Gross Spiral. Weird. I'm not sure what's going on, but we're looking for land in all the wrong places. Wow. Take 1. Let's Opt again. Okay. Play you. Play you. Pass turn. Now what? Interplanar Bacon. Wilderness Reclamation. What am I dealing with? And should I bolt it or should I Opt? I definitely have to kill them quickly. Whatever they're doing is nonsense. I'm gonna put the lands to the bottom. Even though casting God Eternal Kefnet sounds okay, God Eternal Kefnet might be way too slow, and I think I'll draw another land anyway. See what I mean? How do I pile this damage high? I have Interplanar Beacon, so we know that there's some kind of a Planeswalker deck. They have Wilderness Reclamation, so there's some kind of a Flash deck. I still think they have a Spell Pierce. It's the only reason that they would play that card untapped on turn 1. More Storm Tamers doesn't seem like it's what we're looking for in the matchup. I don't know. Am I supposed to slam a Kefnet? Doesn't seem that good. I think I'd rather chart some courses and burn some faces. Alright, let's end the turn. Plan to Lightning Strike our opponent at an appropriate time. Insight. Sure. We don't want to give away what's up over here. Although I'm sure that they can guess that I'm probably going to burn their face. Another good reason to hold off on the Kefnet and play it on 5 is to protect it with a Storm Tamer from a Teferi. See? A Teferi. Alright, zap.
I know my responsibility.
Do ya? Do ya though? Oh, 2 life. Nice. No lands in hand. Interesting.
Let's try this.
Alright, our opponent can now play Flash Speed Sorceries with Wilderness Reclamation. I think we have to assume that's a big part of what their deck does, so we have to take that option away. We still have an opt in the graveyard. See if we can pressure you. Can't play it because of Teferi.
Time for plan B.
Time for plan B indeed. Right? Let's try a chart a course. Responses? If you want to counter that, I'm a happy guy. Okay, good. Now we have to get the Teferi off the battlefield, and we have 2 burn spells to do it with. This one plays around Spell Pierce.
We will meet again.
Good. Alright, let's chart a course again. Gas up the jet. Is this the Spell Pierce? It is. Okay, the opponent learned to fear chart a course. They have the Chemist's Insight now, they have the Wilderness Reclamation, they have a huge mana and card advantage. And now they have a Prison Realm to take out the Arcanist because I let my Storm Tamer shield down. It's a little sucky. We still had an opt to go in the graveyard that we didn't get to use. To the bottom. Untap your land. Okay, we're doing some of that fun stuff. Discard another Growth Spiral, draw 2 more cards. We knew they didn't have a land in hand, so... They've got all these spells. How good are they? Is it another Sinister Sabotage? Are you that good at Magic? Holy crap. Who runs this much counter magic these days? This crazy cat does. Deck seems horrible. I'm jealous. Now, do you pay off all this mana? Not yet, you don't. Another land is not where it's at, but, I mean, the opponent might be bricking here too. Yep, those are bricks. Adeliz into a counterspell, most certainly. Gotta try. Gotta try. How many sabotages absorbs Spell Pierces? God, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I think the opponent incorporated... Ooh, that could have been a blocker, but the opponent bends it. Alright. We need a way to pick velocity back up. And that's crazy because we've cast so many chart a course. So what do you think the opponent does here? You think their endgame is like Finale of Glory or something? Here's a Grazer. Does it put a land into the battlefield? Nope, must be another counterspell in the hand. Let's try fighting over the Grazer. Maybe the opponent will counter this. Nope. Good choice, probably. Now let's try to Stormkin. Ooh. So that's a Spell Pierce is that last card because it's stuck on the spell but not on the creature. Time Raveler off the freaking top. Alright, what do you do? You can plus here. If I draw a Lightning Strike, it's over. Alright. -3, draw a card, didn't even target anything because a Storm Tamer could counter it. And that's a land, and we know this is a Spell Pierce. So I do still think the opponent's trying to cast some sorcery at instant speed with the Reclamation as their endgame, like a Finale. So we're going to take the Teferi off the board. We're going to hold our land. Make the opponent at least think about it. Not that they can afford to play around much anyway. And it's a Narset, which at least adds another turn to the clock with the bacon.
Hone your prowess.
And we are searching for Escanta. Alright, the search for Escanta. We need to draw a point of damage. 1 point. Boo! Not cool, man. So this is going to get to search up 1,000,000 cards. I can't believe it. We're going to come up one short like this. I think we just have to go for it and hope the opponent whiffs. I can't believe this. I'm sure I missed a point of damage somewhere. I could have done better. But man, I am not getting the lucky today. I am not getting it good. Chill, sure. It's a frustrating card. Now the opponent with Wilderness Reclamation gets to use his Concha at least 3 times. I'll be over here when they're done. I guess I'm hoping they don't get a chance to take a counter spell, and that I rip a burn spell and we win in glorious fashion. But man, has it been close calls today. I think the deck is a lot better than you're seeing. I think I'm always like a draw step short of glory. Okay. What else you got? Dawn of Hope? Oh my god. But I guess I'll make the opponent put the Uncomfortable Chill on the stack and then go for the shock so that they can't draw a counterspell in response. Come on. Come on. You monster! No! 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 The world hates me.
I am not going to sit this one out.
I'm not finished yet,
Done the hero thing.
but I should be. Make him stop. Make him stop. Sure. If they show me an absorb, we'll be done. Okay. Escape Shift? They can instant speed do that? Okay. They have a Field of the Dead? Instant speed drawn from dreams? Yep. We were both top decking a few turns ago. Whiff. Draw. Can't negate it. Yes! I walked through hell, fire, and brimstone for this win. Yes! Oh, man. Oh, God. When you endure so much pain for such a small victory, it feels so much better. Cool hand. Arcanist shenanigans. Love it. Black mana do nothing, huh? Let's shock and have the option to do either or. Why not? Double black mana. Orzhov Enforcer. Yeah, I'm not shocking that. Although I may have to. Yeah, that's a good card to keep. I am very nervous though that my Arcanist is just going to die. It's a black deck. They tend to kill things on sight usually. But we'll give it a shot. The only other alternative is to wait for a Siren Storm Tamer. I hate waiting. Yeah, they're gonna kill you. You're dead. You're dog meat, pal. Spark Harvest. You got me there. What am I up against? Priest of the Forgotten Gods Mono Black. Let's chart this course. Can I get a creature? Alright, so we drew our Storm Tamer, but let's hold it back. Let's get the Priest off the board quickly. We can wait until our opponent commits to playing another creature. Cryptic Caves. Interesting. You can sacrifice that to draw a card. Maybe it works just fine with a sacrifice deck. Dusk Legion Zealot as well. Opponent playing some grindy little pile. I can imagine it being good against red, and maybe against other low-to-the-ground aggressive strategies. Maybe it's good against dinosaurs and elf decks. Adeliz. So I really want the Siren Storm Tamer to protect Adeliz, and I really want this Priest gone before it does anything I don't want it to do. So that's our turn, holding Adeliz back. Here comes super aggro 1/1s, no blocks. Storm Tamer's valuable. What's the play? Would you like to Spark Harvest it? That would be great. I would enjoy that. I would enjoy that very much. Footlight Fizzinged, sure. Sticking with our sacrifice theme. Another Lightning Strike. I think a lot of lightning striking of the face is what we're going to see in this game. I'm not worried about my life total too much when I have 9 points of burn in my hand. So I could have Wizard's Lightning there to get an extra 2 damage, but I'd rather protect Adeliz. I think my opponent, they're on mono black. They always have more removal of some kind. Always. And here's Gutter Bones. Okay. What else you got? Touching all of the permanents. Yes, yes. They're still there. That's why these do in fact exist here. See? I can do it too. Yeah. At least we don't have our cats on. We should each have a round of applause for that. It's okay if you like your cat. I just have a real cat that meows at me all the time and annoys me. I don't need a fake one. Drill bit you. Okay. If the opponent takes the Wizard's Lightning, or say I play the Wizard's Lightning and they take a Lightning Strike, how much damage do I deal next turn? 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Not quite dead. If I sacrifice this to prevent the drill bit, it basically says that my Storm Tamer isn't worth 3 damage, and I know that my Storm Tamer is. So, because next turn we can turn the Storm Tamer into 3 damage just by casting these spells. So we don't want to give up our Storm Tamer. Ugh, we would have had lethal. Feels bad, man. Well, let's play it out, and let's get it done. Down to 3. Now the opponent has to think about holding back their token, and if we draw a burn spell, we win. So, these are all good things. Alright, they have the land. They can now sacrifice their Cryptic Caves. Everybody's attacking. What are you, a Massacre Girl? Cavalier of Night. I don't know if that's a good choice. I don't know if that's a good choice. Because that puts the Footlight Fiend trigger on the stack, but I can sacrifice the Storm Tamer to counter the Cavalier of Night trigger. Now I just need to draw any spell to win. Of course, if I brick here, I lose. No! For the love of God, what a day. All right. Oh! Ugh. All right. Jesus. Jeez-o Pete's. Now I have to block the Cavalier of Night. Our opponent gains 4. And I don't know what I'm hoping to draw off the top. A God Eternal Kefnet, a Chart of Course into a blocker, and another removal spell. I can't believe I'm losing this game too. The 6th land has been a backbreaker in every match we've played. And of course you drew the removal spell. Of course, yes. Alright, good game. I'm getting so wrecked today. The deck is not this bad. The deck has not been this bad, I promise you guys. I showed it because I was actually on a hell of a run with it. I think I only lost a few games going from Plat 4 to Plat 2. And then today has just been... just all the lethal draws have been bricks. Except for the one. You know the one I'm talking about. If you're still watching, you know the one I'm talking about. Do I keep a hand like this? It's a weird hand. And honestly, I'm at a point of resignation. Mono red. Well, we've beaten the mono red deck we played so far today, so we can give this a try. But we're slow without that much removal. It's not good. Die. Hand is not getting less awkward, that's for sure. So what have you got? Okay. Well, I have to believe Adelies will die. At the same time, that's kind of what we're in the market for, right? Go ahead and die. We have 2 of them. And we gotta get those shocks out of our opponent's hand somehow. Alright, the opponent drew another creature. That's annoying. Alright, another land. Let's run out Kefnet. Do it. 5 toughness. Beefy Kefnet. The opponent says face. When in doubt, they face. And Frenzy. Alright, we're gonna have to close. That's a good draw. Reveal. Let's get some things dead, I think. I don't know. We kind of don't want to play a control game. Going face might be the best, but... yeah. Let's get in there. Let's leave up the red mana so that we can shock or reckless rage, and let's chart a course so we keep hitting land drops maybe and gas up some more. There we go. Getting a little short on the red sources. That's a bit scary. Steamkin, sure. Let's see what happens with it. Land, another... We really don't want our opponent to get the counters and be able to pump this up. If they hit a couple instants in a row, that's really bad for us, but they don't have a wizard, so a wizard's lightning isn't optional for one of them. It's lightning strikes or shocks, and I don't think they'll hit 2 shocks in a row. I really want, if they do reveal like a lightning strike, I don't want them to get to hit the Kefnet. Here they come. Alright, my turn. Let's use the Reckless Rage. And it's another shock. Reveal. Where's it going? We're going to be really bottlenecked on our red mana. This is getting ugly from that perspective. On the other hand, we could play an Adelies and play a Shock with the Adelies instead of playing this copy. Because is card advantage really what we need right now? No, it's not, actually. Decline. Crazy. But yeah, we need to play you, and we need to get this Wizard's Lightning discount while we can. So I'm going upstairs and trying to close this game. So I can drop the opponent to 10. Next turn, I have 5 damage and 4. That's so close to lethal. But if I draw a bolt, I win. If I draw a red source, I win. And if I hold this back, I can prevent a little bit of damage from the Firebrands. I could also hold back the Adelies and hit for 4 instead and then have the lethal. But Adelies is so easy to kill, is the problem. Alright, let's see what happens. It's a tough call, it's super close. Some of these islands were mountains. What a different game it would be. The opponent gets me to 5. I mean, all you need is a lightning strike off the top. They don't have it. Okay, that'll do. I'll take the lightning strike off the top, thank you. I was also assuming that the Kefnet dies somehow, which is so unlikely. So I think all my math last turn was a little bit faulty, but we got there. Got lucky against the Frenzy. That's all there is to it. You gotta get lucky against Frenzy sometimes. Today's video has been an effective video about how to tread water and stay in exactly one place, but we also haven't had Stormkin on 2 hardly ever, and it is a much bigger key to the deck than you think. So let's see how this tight Wizard's curve helps us out in this game. We might be against our hardest matchup in Esper Control. Memorial, Glacial Fortress. Okay, maybe it's Scapeshift, which is probably our best matchup. So we'll see if we can send us out on a high note here with a little Wizard beatdown. That's looking Scapeshifty. Prison Realm. Ooh. Well, if you're going to have something on turn 3 for this matchup as Scapeshift, that's what you need. Alright, another blue source. Here's Adelies. Slam, 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 slam. 5 land, though. Can we not? Can we not deck? Can we stop this? Elvish Rejuvenator, yep, that is basically saying beat the hell out of me, and I will. Draw me a spell. Arcanist. Let's try, so, Kefnet, we could just slam Kefnet here, but Kefnet's particularly vulnerable to Teferi or Prison Realm to take back our turn. I think I like Opt, see if we can find something. If we find like a burn spell, we're in really good shape. The opponent probably imagined I had a handful of spells and they scooped it up. They do not like this matchup. They are very grumpy. Let's take a look back at the deck. So there's still some spots I'm not sure about. Siren Stormtamer wasn't its worst today, but I don't know if it should be a 4 of. Chart, of course, was okay, but I really felt like I should be applying more pressure when I had it. And God Eternal Kefnet had beautiful moments and beautiful fails as well, where drawing this, particularly against the Sultai deck, if it had been something else that applied pressure, would have been better. What I really need are more copies of Lightning Stormkin or a 1-mana version of the card. I feel like the deck is close. When it gets to play Stormkin into Adelies into spells, it's really hard to beat. When it has to rely on God Eternal Kefnet to bring it back into a game, or we have a couple Storm Tamers, a couple Charter Courses, but then we just draw some burn spells and attack for 1 for several turns, it feels particularly weak. Cards like Crackling Drake and Terramander add more oomph, but they're not on the Wizard's theme. Wizard's Retort is even slower, and while it has its moments, it generally is very hard to cast in the deck, because as you saw, when we draw too many basic lands, we really have to pick our spells carefully. So while I continue to try to figure out the right mix for the deck, I'm still not sure what it is, and I'd love to say I learned something from today, but mostly what I learned is how good Stormkin is because of all the bad luck when we did not draw it, and because we just weren't able to get there most of the time if the card wasn't in our top 10 cards. I hope you enjoyed this Wizards Tribal video. If you didn't like this deck and are still watching for some reason, don't worry, there'll be a new deck tomorrow. A different deck every day. That's the CGB way. If you enjoy the video, make sure to hit like, subscribe to the channel. You can also check out my other channels, Covert Go Free to Play and Covert Go Live, for some different types of MTG content. Thank you for watching this video, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.